What's going on, everyone? It's Kim in the SAV, Kim out of Savannah, Georgia, of BetterBodyCrew.com. And earlier today, I was speaking with a businessman out of New York, Coach, who's a part of my team, and we were just talking about some things. I love it when people reach out to me and they ask me smart questions, because it shows me that they really want to learn, and that they're teachable and coachable. I'm not going to say I will never understand, because I did it. So I can't, I can't cast stones when I once did it too. But I will say this. I remember coming into MLM and thinking, I have a master's degree. Surely I can figure this thing out. You just talk to people, they say, and they say the product sells itself. Well, guys, that's not really true. If it were, then the majority of people would not fail at MLM, period. There's a certain number of skill sets you have to learn. Talking to people is definitely one, but definitely converting. You got to learn how to convert people so that they will buy from you. And then once you convert, you got to learn how to scale and then teach that. And everything is easier when you have a system. Now, there are a lot of systems in my company. There are people who live on live, and I'm not saying that sarcastically, because they make a lot of money. It's just that that's not feasible for my lifestyle. And even if it were, that's not something that I personally want to do. I don't have a problem with live. This is a live, right? But my son, the relationship that we have, and certain responsibilities that I have to my family just always don't permit me to be able to be on live all of the time, regardless of whether or not it makes me money. And the majority of people I know are also in that position. So even if I could be on live 24/7, killing it, if I know that the majority of people cannot be on live, then how do you duplicate with a team? So one of the things I did recently, and I'm getting ready to go out with my son right now, and so I'm listening to one of the courses that I bought. I'm just going to give you guys a sneak peek of where I'm going this year, because although I've been able to have great success, and 2020 was a standout year for me, definitely a breakthrough year, I need to know, how do I duplicate that with my team? So this is a high level skill set we will be learning, and it is how to create a funnel. We have a terrific app with my company already that's making a lot of people money, but I want to take it to the next level. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean what the company has is not good enough. It just means that as a leader, I do what leaders do. And that means I always kick it up a notch. So while I'm getting dressed, I'm just going to be sharing with you guys, because I got great feedback on the last Facebook Live. I'm going to be sharing with you guys snippets of this training, just going through it, because my business will be changing drastically. How people interact with me will be changing. It will be diminishing. I will not be as easily accessible as I've been this whole entire time. Well, Kim, that's how you got to where you are. Yeah, but you cannot. If I want to go to the next level, I can't stay the same. It's the same way like when I first started sending out packages. I remember writing handwritten notes to my customers in my packages, like we were pen pals, right? And I remember when one night I looked at all of the packages on the floor, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to write handwritten notes for all these packages. And I had to go in my VIP group and say, listen, y'all, I can't be writing these notes no more. And people were like, oh no, I love the notes. And I was like, I know. Well, here's what we gonna do. You save the last note I sent you, and when you get the next package, just read that note again. Because I just couldn't do it. So sometimes to grow, you have to go. You have to go from the place that you are to a new place. So I just want y'all to know, like, if you think MLM is like chasing and harassing and hounding people, for some people it is that. But if you make a decision that that's not what you want it to be for you, then you have to go out and get the tools, create the system to design your MLM business, or any business for that matter. You have to design your business in a way that fits with your lifestyle, with your family, that fits with your mental capacity, all that. And this guy right here that you're about to hear from, like, I love how he thinks. His business is basically an ATM for him. He set up a system, and that system runs on autopilot. It spits out cash. He takes that cash and he throws it into his other businesses. I'll be doing the same. My business will be is in a transition period right now, where it will be automated. People that are coming with me, they're going to be happy if they follow suit quickly. The business is going to spit out cash. I'm going to take that money, put it into car rentals. I bought a course for that. It's phenomenal. I'm putting it into trading. I bought a course for that. It's phenomenal. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it into credit repair and business funding. I bought a course for that. It's phenomenal. That's how you properly do income streams. And then I'm just going to duplicate the same funnel system that I have in the MLM business and all of those other businesses that I just named. Okay, dropping phones all over the place here, y'all. But y'all gotta listen to this. This is the brain.
And again, if you're not using something like ClickFunnels, I know I've said it a billion times by now in this course, but you could certainly do this with another software, or you could even do this completely.
This is how you make your life easier.
Offline. You could have people submit an actual application to you, which could be 100% fine as well. That actually could be really interesting. I should probably try that. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, so let's dive into it though, okay? So here's what it is. Okay, this is what I want to do is I want to walk through a value ladder, my value ladder of how my entire business is running and works right now, okay? So number one, the very first thing that I do is, first of all, I publish like an absolute animal. Okay, I'm going to dive through that in incredible depth later on. I think it's module 4 or 5 as well, that I'll go into that to help you.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here because, see, this is where the majority of people in my company get hemmed up because they don't publish. And when I say publish, all that means is create content. They post, but they don't publish. Publish has a little more action behind it. So if you're just posting like crazy and everybody's posting like crazy, nothing makes you stand out. So no one will ever even enter your funnel. And regardless of whether you know it or not, you do have a funnel. It might not be in this like a visual on the screen right here. It might not be ClickFunnels. It might not be, lead pages, but you probably have an oral funnel. I have somewhat of a text funnel. A lot of times when I do videos, I'll say text me at this number, and then from the text I invoice you. From the invoice I do the shipping and the packaging up, and that is a funnel, guys. You have a funnel too. But if your funnel is empty, it's probably because you're not publishing.
You understand what you should be doing to stay in front. What you should be doing to speak the loudest, okay? We'll dive into that a little bit later. But just know for right now, what I do is I publish like crazy. That's the very lowest spot in my value ladder, okay? I publish, okay? And it's free. Okay, there's free. There's nothing. They can't even pay for anything anywhere, right? The next thing, though, in my value ladder, right, is secret MLM hacks, the actual webinar that you guys went through, right? And then after that, what I have is an application style funnel.
Yes. All right, boom. This is what we are going to with the BetterBodyCrew, because we're going to start putting limits on who can come in. He talked about publishing, and publishing will get you, if you do it consistently enough, people will reach out to you, but it can be time consuming because people want to reach out to you and know that you're real. But a lot of time what happens is it is only usually the most scary people who are like, I just want to see if you're real. Then they want to sit on the phone because they got you on the phone, and now they want you to train them on everything in the business so that you quiet their fears enough for them to join right now. And chances are you still will not. You could be on the phone with a person for 2 hours and they still will be like, but everybody's doing this company and blah, 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 blah. I know because I've done it. So you think the longer you talk to them, the more you're going to reassure them, when really you just stir up more questions in them. For every single question you answer, every answer leads them to another question. What does that mean? Well, how does the binary work? Well, how does the this work? Well, how does the that work? Da, 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 da. And while it is good for people to feel that you are a real person, trust me, the people that you want in your business, the people that take action, they don't need that. They don't want, they're usually not the person that's like, I just wanted to see if you would pick up. I just wanted to see. Now, customers will do that all day long. But when it comes to business partners, you don't want a person who wants to see if you're just a real person. If that's their starting point, they are so way down low in their belief capacity that you're going to have a really, 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 really hard time working with them. So going forward, yes, we will definitely have applications, and I will be vetting people. What is their level of technological expertise? They're not going to have to be a coder, but I am looking for a certain type of person, unapologetically. And so we will be using this. I will be using this application funnel.
Application style funnel, where somebody comes through and they have to actually apply to join my downline, which is hilarious, okay? Which is very fascinating. It's interesting. It's cool how such an awesome person comes through when you do that, right? Why? And remember, we already went through that. We went through that. We talked about the act of joining the downline, and I went through and I solved a whole bunch of follow-up issues and a whole bunch of follow-up problems. So now they get all of this and not just X, not just the act of joining my downline itself, okay? So there's an application funnel, and when somebody comes through and they apply, right, the first thing that I do is on the very first page is just a video of me, and I just walk them through and I say, look, you guys, let me tell you the story of how I got into this, and I tell the origin story, guys, the same thing from my script, we just.
So for my leaders that have been in contact with me, we're going to be going through this. I see Coach is on the line. What's up, Coach? This is what I was talking to you about earlier today. So for the people that have been plugged in, for the people that have been doing this, we will be creating your origin story that you will have at the beginning of your funnel. Why? Because you need to show people that you're a product of the product, and you're not just out here trying to peddle something to them that you don't actually take, that you don't actually use yourself. That is going to take the place of you sitting on the phone with them to let them know that you are a real person. Okay, so your origin story will be, hey, this is what led me to the company. This is you could talk about the products you want, you use. You could talk about your why. You could talk about your results, and then you're going to have a call to action. And we're going to have a few different origin stories, because your story should be constantly changing, right? My story back when I started 2015 with this company is not the same right now. It's had many ebbs and flows, many highs and lows. So I will be working with the leaders on their origin story as we build out this funnel. So I'm telling you now, like Coach Sania, you can go ahead and start thinking about this right now. This is why I tell y'all, cut the friggin' videos. Cut the videos, because if you're not cutting the videos, now when everybody goes to cut their origin story, you're sitting there looking like Bobo the Fool. If you've been cutting the videos and going through the process and improving yourself, then you're able to just get to the doggone message. Instead of being like, oh my gosh, this is my first time cutting a video. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, everybody's on to the next section of the funnel.
Then afterwards, I have a ton of social proof. Other people who are in it, other people who have been having success stories, tons of social proof, so that people know that I'm not just blowing smoke all over the place, so they know that these are real people with real results, okay? Then what I do, though, is I go through and I actually ask people to apply. So let's say, just at a high level, I'm just going to draw this out at a high level, okay? So up here at the top, like I said, right, I've got a video. And that's me with my origin story. And there's a bunch of other stuff on the page as well, right? But eventually, though, there's a big button that says, hey, apply. And when they click that, they go to the next page, where there's the actual application itself.
Now, do y'all understand that as we build out this funnel, when people join you, you will be able to give them the funnel, and all they'll have to do is put in place of your origin story video their origin story video. So now, instead of them saying, hey, don't you want to hear from a millionaire? While that might be cool and that might work for some people, a lot of people most people are joining you. They're joining you. So what they really want to hear from is you. So we want you featured at the front of the funnel as an authority figure that's leading your prospect through your funnel. Right?
Okay, and they fill out an application, and again, I dive into this in excruciating detail in that other training. It's down below, okay, on the next lesson, or in a few lessons. Anyways, it's in the same module though, okay, but it goes through and it'll walk you through the full 5-hour thing that I dive through on this and give you all the assets you need to actually run this thing. It's pre-built, which is awesome. All right.
So, like I said, this course is a course that I paid for, okay. So for my team, what I'm going to do is the pre-built stuff that he gave to me, I will be pushing through to you.
So to actually go through the actual application itself, I just want to give you guys like a high level of this so you understand how these all fit together. Okay? Remember, this is all happening on this step of the value ladder. Okay, if this is the value ladder right here, right? There's a funnel here, I've got one here, and I've got two at this spot. And so this is what I'm just trying to help you understand how these all go. And there's a whole bunch of automation that pushes somebody from this step up to this step, right? And then from this step up to this step, okay? And I'm trying to teach you guys how to do the exact same. So there's the application, and then at the very last part right here, all I do is I say, look, if you want to skip the line, skip the line, call this phone number here, or text this phone number here, or whatever it is. And what it does is it pushes them to my live presentation. Okay? So they go through and they apply, and it sifts out all these people that aren't serious. It sifts out all the people that I don't want to work with. It sifts out all the people who are awesome rock stars versus people who, frankly, don't really want it. They just want to see if they can get a free ride out of me. You know what I mean? And I expect my downline to work. They work hard, right? And I'm there to show them what to do and to guide them, but I'm not there to handhold them. You know what I mean? Their success is.
Okay, so this is, Coach said, wow. See, now you see why I was talking saucy to you. Now you see why I was talking saucy to you earlier today, man. Do y'all understand that when I haven't been talking to y'all, all I've been doing is filling my brain with this dude stuff? Among the other courses and the other things that we are going. That's why I say, everybody get your stuff together. Because when I start to rock, you're not going to be able to roll with me if you're like, okay, Kim, now I see what you mean. No. You missed out. So I'm going to roll this out first with the people who have been actively building a customer base, the people who have been hitting G5, who I will have something for them to put into the doggone funnel. So think about this, like when we give out the Legacy 500 invite, that can even be through the funnel. Hey, listen, you want to know more about what we do? You got to come in your funnel. This has been my success in the company, or whatever the case may be. This is what my team is doing. Find out more details tonight, Legacy 500. Now that you've joined the list, I have your email, so check your email tonight at 8 p.m. I'll send you the details, the link to the Oh, this is where you can go. You can go to the Facebook group, Legacy 500. Here's the direct link to the group. Like the group, and you'll get a notification tonight at 8 p.m. of the presentation that'll give you more details. Or use all of that. That's what you will be doing. You will automate them through the funnel. So guess what? Now the people that go to Legacy 500 see the presentation. You don't have to call them back. Hey, what did you think? What did you like best about what you heard? If they're in your funnel, now you have an email set for day 1, day 3, day 5, day 7, hey, you ready to take the next step? Join. Here's the video to join. Hey, you need more information? If so, fill out the form down below. Let me know what your questions are. We're going to automate this thing so that we do what? Exactly what I told Coach earlier. Come from a position of power where they are more so interactive and soliciting communication from us instead of us chasing them.
On their shoulders, it's not on mine, right? And that's what part of this goes through and lets them do. So when somebody actually calls this number or texts the number, right, what happens is it shoots them over to the next funnel. Okay? It's the next funnel. Guess what it is? Okay? It's technically a webinar funnel. It's an auto webinar funnel. Okay? And what it is right here on this very first page, guess what that is? It's my presentation. The script that we just went through, right? A version of that, okay? And it goes through, and it's the script that we just went through, and it goes through and talks about, hey, here's the downline, here's the MLM, here's all the ins and outs of both the MLM, of the product, of the comp plan, and then we dive through, and I show them, like, look, here's what's different about when you join me, when you join Steve Larson. I go through and first of all, here's how to join my downline, but then here's number 1, 2, and 3 that are fighting those follow problems, fighting those false beliefs, and all the products that come with it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Then it says, number 1, it's pretty cool. What it does is at the bottom it says a little button that pops up. Okay, and the button says, did you watch this? Yes or no? Okay, so On one side it says no, and the other side it says yes. Did you watch this? Okay, so there's one button on one side and one button on the other. If they click no, they just stay on the page. Okay, it doesn't do anything. Okay, it just reloads the page and they can watch the thing again. Okay.
See, this is why you feel like you're chasing people, coach, because you're doing all this stuff manually. When you have to do a bunch of stuff manually in MLM, it's not fun. For somebody who's busy, for somebody who is, and really everybody's busy, right? It's not fun. So I know for me, like somebody, people trip me out. They come in TLC. They're like, I want a bunch of customers because the money is in there. I heard you can make a lot of money in retail. Yeah, you can. But do you know how many people get customers and then lose them? If you cannot support the customers you have, you're going to lose them. I get customers that weren't introduced to TLC by me all the time because the person that did introduce them can't support them. Why? Because they're doing it manually. Well, if you have something like this that is taking that off of your plate, that's why I said I don't have time to chase people who don't really want to build a business. If you want to learn this business, you reach out to me like Coach did. If you don't, fine, go off into the wilderness. Do your thing. It's super duper cool. I'm going to be here studying this material and then applying this material so that the people who are rocking and rolling with me, I can use it on myself and use it with them. And then now when we bring people on board, they're not scared to actually build a team because they know that the funnel, I'm not going to say it's going to do all the work, but it's going to do a lion's share. Why do you think I bought the course?
If they say yes, okay, if they say yes, there's two things that happen that I've been doing with this, and it seems to be working pretty well with this, okay? And I'm constantly improving this process. That's what I'm saying it seems to be working well. That's what I'm saying it seems to be working pretty well. Is because I constantly am improving this. I'm constantly increasing this as I go, okay? And it's working great as I do it now. It's awesome, right? So anyway, so here's the presentation. At the end of the presentation, these buttons pop up and says, hey, did you like it? Did you see it? Yes or no? If they click yes, it says, awesome. Great. You have two options now. Option number one, click this button right here and go join my downline. It just takes them straight in to go join my downline. Okay? The actual, on my actual MLM's page. Okay, they go to the corporate website and they go and they click the link right here and they join, right? Or it says you have two options. Number one, click here and you go join. Or number two, they click that if they're like, hey, you know what? I want to join. That's the vocab on the page. I want to join, but I still have one or two questions that need to be answered before I do this. Okay, I'm trying to get people in the frame of mind that they're only going to call and talk with me if they are still completely intending on joining my downline.
Do y'all get it? Y'all really, this stuff right here is not sexy, okay? It's not. But the money that it spits out is. What I have been talking forever about the parable of the pipeline. It is a 10-minute video, cartoon even, on YouTube. Some people still haven't gone and watched the dang on parable of the pipeline. That's why they are struggling in their business, because they don't understand the parable of the pipeline. Guess what, folks? I've been building a pipeline manually for years. Now we're going to take it to the next level. And if you do the same thing, this thing is going to pay you out handsomely. Now, everybody won't join your team, but you do not want... You ready to go, Kassan? You do not want everybody. So the purpose of the funnel also is to filter. We are moving away from that whole, hey, I'm looking for 5 people. Any 5 people. I'll take any... No. I've taken anybody before. I'm here to tell you it's not worth it. Recruit the wrong team and your team will drive you out of your own business. So this is why this is so imperative. Will it take time? Yes, but once it's done, guess what? It's done.
Okay.
Come on, love.
Pretty interesting, isn't it? Fascinating. Okay. So what happens is, if they click the second button, there's a pop-up that comes up. Okay, so we're just going to go scenario number 2 here. There's a pop-up, and the pop-up on the page says, hey, click here to set a time in my schedule to talk with me. Right? Boop. I just use a little tool, a little software called Calendly, and it syncs with my Google Calendar, so that I can only choose certain times where I want to be available. I choose when I want to be talking with people, okay?
Now, here's why this is so brilliant, because what MLM traditionally teaches you is to follow up with people and be like, hey, when's a good time for me to follow up with you? Well, y'all, first of all, most people never do that, right? They never ask that question. But if they do, what usually happens is the person is like, call me back at Saturday, 6 a.m. You can catch me before I get to the gym. What? Now, you asked a question, right? They gave you an answer. So now, that answer doesn't work for you. So you're like, well, no, not that time, right? So, or like if you're a skilled MLMer, then you know when you ask that question, you are to give them two options. When's the best time for me to follow up with you? I have Friday at 8 available or Saturday at 12. They might say Saturday at 12, but you're doing things still the manual way. So you got to pencil that in your calendar now, right? And so with Calendly, and I've used that before. Yeah, we can go. With Calendly, I've used that before with plenty of my mentors, plenty of things that I've booked for consultations. A lot of people use Calendly. We still on. We still got to go. Now, I hope, did you finish your responsibilities? Are you kidding me? You just like things hard on yourself? No. Okay. All right. Anyway, y'all. See, I got a whole kid that I have to raise and things that I have to do. I can't just be on live 24/7 all the time. So, hold on one second. So anyway, unlock the car, please. Unlock the car, please. So now, if people do require to talk to you, if it's linked to your Calendly, then it's going to automatically put it on your Google Calendar and block out that time so that nobody else can book that time automatically. It's like having a personal assistant that never gets sick, that never complains, that never messes up, because it's all automated, right? Calendly linked to Google. You get it?
I love you too.
Okay.
And they go and they choose a time that I've pre-selected, kind of just a rolling time that's available every week. And they can get on and they choose one of these times. They jump on the call with me, answer the last few questions, and we pull them on in. That's why I'm saying, like, it's like a 95% auto recruiting funnel. Because people will click on this sometimes, and other people just join straight in. Be like, Steven, all right, you're awesome. Let me just jump right in. You know what I mean? And the reason why they have those feelings is because they've come through several different things. This is not my first time asking them about my downline. It's not the first time me saying, hey, you keeping your options open? You keeping your options open? You looking for something cool out there? Right? I don't start with that kind of stuff. I don't start with that kind of stuff at all. I start by providing insane value and add, lots of questions that I'm answering. Then I push them to some form of paid prospecting, whether it's secret MLM hacks or it is, I have other funnels that are out there as well. I'm keeping some of them under wraps right now, for the time being anyway. I'm sure I'll add into this module more about that. But anyway, so for right now, though, so there's some form of paid prospecting. Then after that, there's the application funnel / / presentation.
Then I go like this.
Okay. So the application funnel, which we'll do in a second, when they're actually done, it pops them over here to this side. Okay? They watch the presentation. It's the same stuff that I was doing over and over and over to every single person. And I was like, man, there's got to be a way for me to automate this stuff. Okay? Now, the reality is, I'm sure that there are one or two people, maybe 10% of the people, maybe I could recruit 10% extra of the people come through because I'm not doing it live with them every single time, and I understand that. And I have to tell you, that's been a personal choice of mine. I understand that. I'm actually okay with that. And the reason why is because I'm trying to get people who understand the funnel world to join. Okay?
Exactly.
And if they're not willing to play ball, maybe I don't want them in anyway. You know what I mean? And that's just a personal call that I made. If you're going to go through and you're going to figure out what culture you want. You're going to go through and you're going to figure out what it is that you want. And you'll be like, hey, Steven, that's ludicrous. Are you kidding me? Why would you not do that? Right? there's tons of other cool things we can do with this. Let's say someone goes through the actual application, and after they submit the application, they automatically get added to your phone automatically, and then they get put on an auto dialer where it just continues to call the people until someone picks up, and you can just call and answer right there and be talking on the phone. Right? There's all sorts of cool systems. I mean, I want to dive through some of the cool things with this, but all I wanted to do in this video is just to show you kind of like a high-level overview of how this stuff is working, okay? So I'm doing a whole lot of publishing, I'm doing some paid prospecting, then I go...
Do y'all get it? And if you think the top people in your company don't have some type of funnel like this, you're crazy. You're crazy. If you think people are doing thousands of dollars in sales and they're just, sitting on the phone, never eating, never sleeping, never cooking, never cleaning, you're crazy. If you think people with hundreds of thousands of people in their downline don't have some kind of funnel, some kind of automation going on so they don't go crazy, you're crazy. And if you want to get to that level, start the publishing, get some traction, get some prospects, get some leads. Start learning how to filter them appropriately so that you can scale and duplicate in a way that is manageable. And again, we will not be accepting everybody. Everybody can't come. No longer do I want to recruit people that call me and say, how to turn on my computer. I can't figure it out. Kim, I can't find that button. And now I'm like, do you have an Apple or Android? Android. And I literally have to tell people to go to YouTube, type in your phone model, and type in how to do that, because I don't know everything about every single phone. Everybody can't come. Okay? Everybody cannot come. We are looking for a certain type of person. Why? Because that is going to make your business fun. That is going to make your business more profitable. And that is what you came here for. This is a business. This is not a charity. And let me be very clear, BetterBodyCrew. This is what anybody who has common sense and wants to make a lot of money does. The rental agents out here that are killing it, the real estate agents, guess what? They have a freaking funnel. They're up on a billboard. They're up on a park bench. They're giving out business cards that has a website. I know a lady, Janice Carter. See? Janice Carter. How do I know her full name? Why? Because almost every day on YouTube, she's like, hello, everybody. This is Janice Carter, your Atlanta home real estate agent. And today we're going to do another property tour. Look up. Everybody. This woman, every single house that she lists, and she's bad with it too. She does, she's publishing consistently. She does a video tour. She has the information in the description box. And guess what? People who don't even live in Atlanta are like, if I ever come to Atlanta, I'm buying a house from you, Janice. I'm coming to Atlanta just to buy a house from you, Janice. This woman has it on lock. She's publishing. Then she has her website. When you go to her website, it's informational. It's a funnel. There are real estate agents out here that haven't sold a house since Jesus was a child. Never will sell a house. And then there are other real estate agents that are killing it. Why is that, y'all? Because of the systems, because of automation, because of the processes in place. It does not necessarily mean that they are the best person, but they have the best system. Visibility equals profitability. And when you can do this thing correctly, trust, when you can scale, when you can guide people to the cash register in the most painless way possible, your client is happy, you're happy, everybody happy. And when you can show, hey, this is how I did it. Got a handy dandy little funnel here. I'll give you the template, and all you have to do is plug in your specific particulars. Guess what? It's going to duplicate out a lot better than saying anything else. That's just facts. I said facts at the same time that Tania put up facts. So again, when I say cut videos, y'all, I'm not saying it to be cute. I'm not saying it to be for fun. I'm not saying it because I don't have anything else to say. I'm saying it because I have a plan, and you will not be able to participate in this plan if you are not consistently cutting videos like yesterday. That was the best time to do it, yesterday. The next best time is today. I'm no longer even interested in working with people who don't want to cut videos. But why, Kim? People who don't cut, there's people in TLC who don't cut videos and they make money. I know, but that's not my thing. I cut videos. And I'm going to create this funnel where you have to plug videos into. So again, it goes with knowing who you want to work with and what's going to be easiest. There are people that make killer money in TLC doing events. I've never done an event. So why would I be like, oh, you love to be out there, feet on the streets, belly to belly, eye to eye, toe to toe, butt to butt? Shut up. Yeah, join my team. No, for what? I can't even best serve you. Now, if you want to do it regardless, because you're like, hey, I got the events on lock, Kim, I want you to teach me the video stuff. Okay, that's a different story. You feel me? But I'm no longer for everybody. Everybody, like I said, literally, I will be looking for someone that I can hire to go to all my YouTube videos at some point and take my link down. Because everybody will be run through the application funnel before they can even get access to my link. So, anyway, guys, I am going to get some physical activity in with the little one. I can't see. I haven't been able to see. I have literally been getting dressed, y'all. That's why I had it on the audio. But I will talk to y'all later. We have a lot to talk about, but I will only be talking to those who are talking to me. Real talk. Not chasing nobody no more, because TLC is not the only thing that I do. And if you're smart, you will use TLC as business boot camp. Do this, like I said, you can take this funnel concept and put it in place with anything. I don't care if you're in real estate. I don't care if you got basketball camp. I don't care if you're a trainer. The best trainers right there. There are trainers who make nothing. Got banging bodies. They make nothing. Starving trainers out here. And there are trainers who are killing it. The people that got online, the people that have a funnel, the people that got DVDs or downloadable content or an app. What is that, y'all? A funnel. A way for them to be in many places, even though they are physically only in one place at a time. Learn the parable of the dang on pipeline. Put down a pipeline that will pay you over and over and over and over and over and over again. Will it take time? Yes, but the time is going to pass anyway. Got people up here coming in TLC wanting to have my results in 2 weeks. Man, if you don't get out of my face, y'all done working me up. Come on, son, let's go. Bye, y'all.